Bonsoir Mana. T'as pu rentrer chez toi? Que tu sois pas bloqué encore au moins un mois sans ordi ni rien? Tu fais un appart? Ouais, mais c'est ça. Après, confinement, t'as tout qui est ouvert encore. Bah ouais, tu penses. Ah, t'as toujours ceux qui font le stock là, de PQ et de pâtes. Comme si c'était une apocalypse. Alors qu'il suffit de faire ses courses normalement et tout va bien, mais non. Salut Ulysse. Bon, et si on s'y mettait un petit peu là? Ça c'est bon. Je suis avachi sur ma chaise moi. J'ai un chat derrière. Plus, un petit chat. qui s'est découvert une passion pour l'eau. Je peux pas allumer un robinet sans qu'il vienne mettre sa tête dessous. Alors, trouver Shanhampton et trouver quelqu'un qui sait lire le braille. Donc ça, pour l'instant, on n'a pas le niveau. Le Shanhampton. Ah oui, c'est celui qu'on avait sauvé qui en fait s'était transformé en ghoul. Plus ou moins. C'est pas ça. Non, je veux pas le refuge, je veux le truc à côté, s'il te plaît. Donc ça, pour l'instant, on peut rien faire. C'est ici qu'il faut aller. En termes de personnes malades, qui est-ce qu'on peut aider? Donc tout ça c'est fait. Ici, toujours le truc du braille. Lui, qu'est-ce qu'il a? Une névralgie. C'est qui lui? Benjamin Palmer, il habite à Whitechapel. Faudrait que je lui donne des médicaments. Bates, il a un rhume. Et lui, ben, je peux toujours pas parce qu'il veut pas me parler. Donc je peux pas le soigner. Et tout le monde va bien de ce côté-là. Et il reste plus grand monde en fait. Donc 2 névralgies et un rhume. Mais lui je peux pas, donc on va dire une névralgie et un rhume. Qu'est-ce que j'ai dans mon inventaire? Mal de tête, migraine, rhume. C'est bon. T'as connu un chat qui se baignait dans l'océan? Ah bah dis donc. Bon, moi je crois pas qu'il en soit encore au stade d'aller sauter dans la baignoire quand je prends mon bain, mais ça le gêne pas de mettre la tête sous l'eau quoi. Sous l'eau du robinet et de jouer avec le truc. Ding, ding, ding. Alors, on va faire un petit tour d'abord à Whitechapel du coup, pour soigner les gens si on peut. Pop. Par contre, où est-ce qu'ils habitent? Ça, je ne sais plus. Alors, je suis là. Si je continue tout droit, normalement j'y suis direct. Ah oui, je pense à passer le pont. Salut Tom! Bouh! C'est quoi cette icône?
Best turn around if I were you.
C'est pas ce que je voulais faire, c'est pas grave. Et les autres ils bougent pas? Non, ça n'a rien à faire. Tout va bien. L'image le plus moche que tu as trouvé, effectivement. Ouais, non.
I'd step back, sir. Stop! Look at it! Fish is back to the shadow!
C'est quoi ça? C'est quoi ça? Oups! Hop, pardon. Ah. Ah mais non, mais oula, la reprise est dure. Rêve trop. Ouais, j'ai pas de chapeau de sorcière. Oh non, mais c'est chiant quand ils te remettent comme ça en début de truc.
Over there! There's one of them!
Mais... Tu lances Animal Crossing, il y a l'event d'Halloween. Vas-y, fais-toi plaisir. Non, je sais pas ce qu'il fait lui, mais... Ah, il est pas mort. C'est ça, attends ton tour. Ah! Je vais encore mourir bêtement, c'est fou ça. Parce que j'ai pas d'énergie. Oui, effectivement, il est mort. C'est bien de pointer le... l'évident. Qu'il a été repoussé au printemps 2021, j'aurais le temps de finir Cyberpunk. Ah bon, bah ça m'arrange. D'ici ce que Cyberpunk soit repoussé en janvier. Alors, je cherchais qui? Je cherchais... En termes de malades... Mais pourquoi ils s'affichent tous maintenant là? Alors qu'il n'y avait personne? C'est les Docs? Pembroke? Ah non, c'est Whitechapel. Donc Benjamin Palmer. Il a un rhume, il a un rhume. On cherche qui? Bates, Nethercott. On va pas savoir où ils sont, où est-ce qu'ils habitent. Anciens combattants, dépendants de médicaments. Lui, il est toujours mort.
They're in the streets, not me.
Donc
How
si c'est
are you,
Benjamin.
boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Goodbye, young man.
Donc lui, c'est son père que je cherche. C'est quoi? C'était quoi? Ah.
I have this thirst for blood.
Et t'es qui toi?
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Si, t'as une névralgie.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I can try to help your body heal, sir. But you must stop destroying it.
The war destroyed me, Doctor.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make
Dans la
a
version
terrible
Switch.
cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Donc lui, il est soigné. Il me manque qui maintenant? Lui, il est soigné. Il faudrait lui. Nethercott. Lui, je peux pas l'avoir. Et Bates.
Who distribute flowers at this hour of
Mr. Bates,
evening, Doctor?
since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Donc lui, c'est fait. Et il me reste lui. Nethercott, il se dispute souvent avec lui, je crois. Je pense pas que ce soit une bonne idée de ressortir là, non. Par contre, il y a quand même une poubelle pour moi. Hop.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith.
Good evening, Benjamin.
Ah, je l'ai
Can
déjà
I help
parlé.
you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible...
Oui, allez. Il m'en manque un, c'est toi? Non, c'est pas toi. C'est toi? Non, toi t'es mort. Toi, t'as l'air mort aussi.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Où est-ce qu'il est?
When science fails you, this
Attends, c'est quoi sa tête déjà?
elixir will give you faith again.
Non, ça c'est Benjamin.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the swan moon.
Je sais pas où il est passé.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
Ah, je crois qu'ils n'arrêtent pas de se disputer tous les deux.
have your money. Come on,
Mais là,
Barrett,
je te
you know
soigne.
the game. You fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Non, non, lui c'est Barrett Lewis. Il s'en fout. Il va bien, allez.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
You again? What do you want this time?
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Tchoupi 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 tchou. Où est-ce qu'il est? À moins que ce soit le poète.
The wars of men should not be your main.
Voilà, et bien.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Hop, donc voilà, normalement j'ai soigné tout le monde.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Sauf lui. Mais lui, je peux pas lui parler encore. Là, tout va bien. Et là, lui, il est où? Il est sur les docks. Fatigue. Et je connais personne de tous ces gens-là, mais vu qu'on y va... Hop, on va rentrer. On va rentrer. Non, toujours pas. On va rentrer, parce qu'il faut que j'aille ici. J'y suis allé ici. Peut-être pas encore. C'est quoi ce point d'exclamation là? Lady Ashbury. Ah! On va lui parler.
Hello again, miss. Tell me, Camellia, how are things now the dispensary is closed?
Il essaie de faire parler une muette, il est con lui.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Ça marche
Very
pas.
well. Goodbye then.
Forcément que ça marche pas. Oh non. Oh le débile. Bon. Alors là, je sais pas pourquoi on peut aller là, vu qu'après on peut rien faire d'autre. On peut pas ouvrir ce truc là. Ouais, à peu près ça. Donc, par rapport à là. Je suis là, ok. Donc il faut que je retraverse dans l'autre sens en fait. Hein. J'ai déjà fait le ménage, donc tout va bien. À part ces abrutis là, je vais peut-être m'en occuper.
Stay back, beast!
Non mais lui mord-le. S'il est pas sélectionné, je peux pas le faire. Hein. C'est très con. Ah!
It's done for him!
Ah! Mais esquive, débile!
Demon, back!
Putain. Ceux-là, ils sont durs, hein. Ils se laissent pas assommer. Il fait des bruits, il rêve. Camélia, là, elle est où? À l'intérieur. À l'intérieur?
Another night with the glorious battalion of
Tiens,
Pembroke.
toi, j'ai pas des trucs que je pourrais t'acheter.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
166. J'ai déjà ce fusil à pompe, donc ça, je vais tout vendre. Parce que ça s'en vend pas. Salut, Evan Warrior. Non, mais je vais rien lui vendre d'autre, ça je vais le démonter. Ah ben la voilà.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the Scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Elle est dans la boîte là, non? Et donc ça c'est fait. J'ai juste allé vite fait.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Madame. Madame qui se prend pour un vampire. Elle est là.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion here?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reed. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Disguised as a hospital. That's Pembroke nowadays.
Je vais voir vite fait si je peux pas améliorer une arme. Je peux rien prendre. Il y a des trucs ici. Toujours fermé,
It's
ici.
locked.
Ce que je voulais faire, c'était améliorer des trucs. Améliorer ça. Si je peux. Non, morceau de poignée de qualité, j'en ai pas. Ça, j'utilise pas. J'aimerais bien pouvoir démonter ces trucs-là, mais absorption de sang. points d'impact, d'accord, mais ça c'est pas mal aussi. Petit morceau de poignet comment? Je peux pas faire de médicaments, si ça je peux. Endurance, je m'en sers pas. Bon. On va enlever le marqueur. Et direction les docks.
At least that mistress of the dock has stopped following me.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Je peux pas. Mais quoi? Mais j'ai rien fait moi. Eh mais oh, laissez-moi tranquille. Sonne, voilà. Mais fais ton truc, bon sang, ah, ça m'énerve. Ouais, c'est ça, viens là. Viens là, viens là. J'ai pris ce qu'il avait sur lui. Ouais. Je voulais aller là et puis ça s'est pas. Putain, il y a du monde.
Speak English, do ya? Stop right now! Oh Christ!
Un petit rat au passage, voilà. Nom nom nom. La gorge qui rate, la gorge qui rate. Qu'est-ce qu'il a dans les mains, lui? Un lance-flamme. Alors, et il faut que j'aille par là. Ah, bah tiens. Bonjour, monsieur. Ce serait bien de pouvoir faire deux personnes en même temps avec ce truc-là. Mais défends-toi. Oui.
You can't fool us!
Voilà, voilà, j'ai fait le ménage. Bon, maintenant. Il n'y a pas des trucs pour moi ici. Ah, mais j'étais venu ici déjà. Pour affronter Bestiole, il a fallu que je m'y reprenne à je sais pas combien de fois là. Alors, donc. Ils sont pénibles, ils sont partout. Ils sont tous là.
Easy does it, boys. We can deal with this, Vampyr. Get a taste of this! Murdering bosses! Take a breath of this!
Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont comme truc?
Oh, that's gonna start!
Il n'y a pas un... Ah si, mais c'est de l'autre côté. D'accord. Des sous. T'as 5 shillings. Je vais pas péter loin avec ça. Ok, donc ça c'est les docks. Je vais faire un tour par là d'abord. Ah, shoot. Bloutout. Ah, je peux pas le faire. Je sais pas quand ils font ça. Je n'aime pas cela, ils se transportent là, ils m'énervent.
This is Braille.
Texte illisible écrit en braille. Dont seul le titre est écrit en caractère romain, remède contre la cécité. Ouh! Le triste scène, trouver Sean, le vieux bouc et bonne manière, sauver le vieil homme en éliminant l'escale. Quel vieil homme? Où ça? Ici. Bah oui, mais si je vise personne, j'utilise mes trucs pour rien. Alors, alignez-vous. Punaise. Mais bon sang. C'est infernal ça. Moi aussi je peux le faire, regarde. Nom nom nom. Et oui.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of your business.
I hope you realize that staying here will put your life at great risk.
Pah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some respect into those youngsters.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men? Why?
They took my boy! I've had no news since he joined that crazy gang. So I decided to come and find him myself, to get some answers.
I see. But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay here. And I'm not referring to the gangs either. You should leave, sir.
Well, this part of town used to be nicer, let's say. Perhaps you're right. This isn't the best way to save Andrew.
En bonne santé. D'accord, non, je veux pas le charmer. D'accord, donc en picolant, c'est comme ça que tu vas sauver ton fils. Très bien. Alors, ma chère mère, quoi qu'il puisse m'arriver, n'oubliez jamais que votre fils vous aime. Je sais que vous n'avez pas toujours été d'accord avec la façon dont j'ai choisi de vivre ma vie, mais je refuse d'en changer. Je suis née et j'ai grandi dans cette partie de la ville, et je ne supporte pas ce qui est en train d'arriver à mon quartier et à sa population. Récemment, j'ai pris une grave décision. J'ai décidé de m'opposer à la tyrannie d'une minorité trop puissante. Je sais qu'ils vont riposter, mais je suis prêt à leur faire face. Grâce à vous, j'ai toujours aimé lire. Maintenant que je suis sur le point de passer à l'action, je peux que citer Étienne de la Boétie. Les tyrans ne sont grands que parce que nous sommes à genoux. Je refuse d'être à genoux, mère, je veux vivre debout quoi qu'il m'en coûte.
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
Ou peut-être que tu devrais la revendre. Non. Alors, la réflexion dans le miroir, je suis toujours de dos? Ouais. C'est ça. Donc là c'est les docs. Lui la fatigue. Enid Gillingham. On sait pas, on le connaît pas. Choisir de faire d'un monde de Jacques. Ah bah on va le rapporter à sa famille. Ah oui. Est-ce que je peux me TP quelque part?
A wave of bitter.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. It's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really? Well, go ask someone else then. I'm sure Tom Watts will gladly answer you.
Ouh. Il a un rhume. Je peux le soigner.
Do you require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Il a pas tort.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Every night, a darkness, and every dawn, another death.
Alors, je peux me rendre là-bas, mais pas tout de suite. D'abord, on rencontre les gens. Si
So
on peut.
love to gaze at the stars. The fog's been hiding them of late.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
This city has abandoned so many of its children. It's tragic.
Well, I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton. I'm looking for him.
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here. Most prefer to avoid me.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very sick.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The barkeep knows everyone in these parts.
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
A real doctor treats everyone the same, Rufus.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
So love to gaze at the stars. The fog's been hiding them of late.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Donc là, j'ai fait le tout, on va aller voir là.
Mark my words.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
Why are you so cynical?
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair, Doctor.
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
Un conseil de série à jouer pendant le confinement, après essayer Far Cry et Mass Effect.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. A bomb exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. Now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint. I'll try asking Tom Watts about him.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Après, si tu veux t'occuper, t'as tous les Assassin's Creed aussi, il y en a tellement qui sont sortis que...
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Et je peux regarder sa santé, tiens. Lui, il est soigné. Je sais pas parler. Fatigue. Et toi? Tout va bien?
Good evening, Mr. Throckmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance?
Non, lui, ça va.
Goodbye.
Il est où le barbu? Pas rentrer. Bonjour madame.
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife, and his name means something round here.
You never paid him a visit at the Pembroke Hospital, did you?
And I don't intend to. In Clay's case, I'm not against a medical mistake or a little help from the Spanish flu.
C'est bon à savoir.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Ça m'en fait des quêtes. J'ai tout demandé. Ah.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the Wet Boot Boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Alors, recycler, recycler, ça on vend. Ça peut être recyclé. C'est cher avec ces trucs-là.
Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make a difference?
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Bon, donc faut que j'aille voir les barman, quoi. Bonjour Franck, comment vas-tu mon vieil ami? Ça m'a vraiment fait plaisir de te voir la semaine dernière. La prochaine fois, tu dois me laisser te payer une tournée. J'espère que tout se passe bien de ton côté de la ville. Ici, dans ton ex-quartier, la situation ne fait qu'empirer. Clay devient de plus en plus violent et ne parle que d'étendre notre territoire alors que le nombre de nouveaux venus souhaitant s'en tailler un bout ne fait que grandir. Les Wet Boot Boys sont dans de sales draps, j'en ai bien peur. J'ai donc pensé à ce que tu m'as dit la dernière fois que nous nous sommes vus, au fait que tu n'avais jamais regretté d'avoir quitté le gang. Que ton seul regret soit de ne plus jamais pouvoir remettre des pieds dans l'East End. À moins de vouloir recevoir une bonne dérouillée ou pire. Eh bien, je veux que tu saches que tu auras ma protection si jamais tu décides de refaire un tour par ici. Peut-être qu'on pourra se revoir pour parler affaires et discuter de nouveaux jobs pour moi. Comme tu le sais, j'ai toujours été bon avec les chiffres, alors si jamais tu as besoin d'un comptable dans ta compagnie, n'hésite pas à m'en parler. Passe le bonjour à ta femme de ma part. Digby. Je suis où là, concrètement? D'accord.
This girl and her principles. She's got no idea who she's dealing with.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan. Orphan.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Donc là, c'est le premier bar où on est arrivé. Au début du jeu. Ah, toi, t'étais pas malade?
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Oh, you're that doctor.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney. Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
Mais non, je peux pas lui parler.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Casse-toi de là, t'es dans mon
Times
chemin.
like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me, then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for
Série
your
Witcher aussi,
hospitality.
oui, effectivement.
I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
Alors le premier,
I'm still
bon,
Tom Watts.
le système de
Welcome
combat est un
back,
peu...
Doctor.
Voilà. Hein. Alors, faut dire qu'il a un certain âge, mais non, ouais, la série des Witcher, un petit peu.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
Ah, le 2, il est un peu lourd. Hein, c'est pareil au niveau des combats, des fois tu luttes. Hein.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Well, something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Ça tombe bien, je le cherche.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too, I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her, for sure.
What is bothering you, then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can...
Ta santé? Non, c'est bon.
Goodbye, Mr.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely
Evening,
to
miss.
cause a
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I got responsibilities. And it's not like I got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
On va encore jouer les entremetteurs.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
I think I'm
Donc,
losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
j'ai pas mal de choses à faire là. J'ai un truc à chercher de ce côté. Enid Gillingham. Mais c'est qui ça? Je l'ai pas encore vu. Je peux faire de la montre. Mais je voudrais la rendre à sa famille, mais je sais pas. Ah bah si, suivre. Ah, ils sont là. D'accord. Dans tous les cas, il faut aller de ce côté-là. Mais machin, le coup de... Alors, il est où? Pénurie de produits. C'est où? C'est de ce côté ici ou... Non, bon. Je crois que je peux me... Je vais me téléporter de l'autre côté là. Ah, par contre, il n'y a pas un... Ah si, un refuge. Une petite sauvegarde, là, serait pas mal quand même. Le refuge, le refuge. C'est là où les lumières clignotent. Donc ici. Bon, faites pas gaffe. Personne n'a rien vu. C'est discret. Ça, j'ai toujours pas ce qu'il faut. Bonjour monsieur le chasseur de vampires. Je me suis téléporté juste devant son nez, il a rien vu. Oh non. Ah, donc c'est en haut. C'est en haut, mais il y a du monde ici. Alors, il y a lui. Ah bah oui, je suis en train de me dire, il y a une bête qui est en train de bouffer et il voit rien. Ouh là là, il est méchant, ouh il est méchant, ouh il est méchant. Ouh là là, je m'en occupe pas lui, il fait très mal. Est-ce que j'ai moyen? Bon, alors d'accord. Ah, j'ai pas pris le bon... Ah, ok. Alors pour l'instant je le laisse faire, j'essaie de trouver un chemin plus approprié.
Christ, he's dead!
Oh non, mais c'est horrible. Ok. Un jeune arrêté pour tentative de meurtre. La nuit dernière, un jeune homme du nom de Tom Watts a été appréhendé par la police pour une tentative de meurtre dans le célèbre restaurant de Silver Bell, sur Percival Street. Le suspect a été aperçu devant le restaurant, un pistolet à la main. Visant les clients pendant près d'une minute sans tirer un seul coup de feu. De témoins ont immédiatement signalé son comportement. Watts s'est arrêté sans opposer de résistance, mais il a refusé de fournir une explication pour son geste et n'a donné que son nom. Son pistolet était chargé, a attesté l'un des policiers qui y ont répondu à nos questions. Watts recevra sans doute la plus grande fermeté de la part de la cour de Sa Majesté pour ces agissements. Le jeune homme devrait recevoir une sentence de quelques années d'emprisonnement au moins.
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time. «
22. Et c'est peut-être pour ça. Je suis une ombre, je suis une ombre. Je suis une ombre, je m'en vais. Oui.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
Tell me about your arrest for attempted murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested. I paid my debt and I have nothing to hide.
So you mean your customers know about your sordid past?
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have nothing to hide and I don't judge. That's a relief for many round here.
Do you think prison changed you? Made you a better man?
Oh, I don't know about that. All I brought back is bad memories, scars, and an ugly tattoo of a blue turtle.
But do you feel cleansed of your sins?
All I know is that I'm at peace. I did what I did, but I wouldn't do it again. Does that make me a better man? I don't know.
You attempted murder. Give me some details.
I was given an order to kill. I was an obedient gang member at the time. A proud, wet boot boy.
Why did you join the gang?
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered to kill someone. What happened then?
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone saw me. I gave up.
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
You refused to kill him because you wanted to feel some of that happiness yourself. You empathized with him.
Exactly. The man was a bloody landlord who rented overpriced flats. A selfish bastard. But he made me smile. And I was no different from him.
Why not leave town and start a new life after you got out of jail?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die, eventually.
Do you think the docks will always be a hive of scum and villainy?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you feel threatened, staying in such a violent and criminal neighborhood?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
You lied to me, Tom. Your warehouse wasn't empty. It was inhabited with armed vigilantes.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologize, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all manner of thugs in uniform.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try not to kill anyone with this poison of yours.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less agreeable when sober.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Bon, on va aller voir la famille de l'autre pour lui rendre la montre à gousset et ensuite on ira sauvegarder, on fera une sieste dans le refuge pour voir si j'ai pas des points à dépenser. 1155, ça me paraît un peu juste.
Seems like the guard of Prewen is on Sean Hampton's trail.
Oh là là!
Want some of this? This one's mine! I'll send you to hell! Let's beat it down! That's gonna hurt!
Non, ils font mal! Non mais c'est lui que je veux taper. Ah, bon sang. Il est juste devant, mais non. Là, je peux pas le faire. Saleté. là, mais sors de là. On sent. De toute façon, je pense que le plus gros là, tant que je l'ai pas tué, il va continuer à faire venir des autres. Mors-le! Tue-le! Hé hé! Donc là c'est bon. Tu as eu tout le monde?
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Bon, donc qu'est-ce que j'ai gagné? 40. Ouais, mais ça fait plus de dégâts, ça. Alors, je cherche. Où est-ce qu'ils vont être? C'est quoi ça, ces escales? Oups. C'est pas une bonne idée. C'est pas une bonne idée. Mais non, mais... Ouais, je vais le laisser faire peut-être. Débrouillez-vous, débrouillez-vous, débrouillez-vous. J'ai besoin d'aller par là. C'est pénible, hein. Non, ne tombe pas. Comment je fais? Y a pas un truc plus simple là? Ah, mais pourquoi?
Not a safe place. Right on, sir.
Oui, alors je voudrais me téléporter. Voilà. Je voudrais me téléporter, s'il vous plaît. Oh, zut, hein. Oh, c'est un qui téléporte, super. Je n'aime pas cela. Est-ce que je peux? Voilà, merci. Ah. Quelqu'un qui s'est fait bouffer là.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something. Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
I haven't seen young Sean around for a while.
Ah, c'est la salle en dessous. pourtant on descend. Ah. Alors,
It's been a while since
I will return at a more convenient time.
Don't you recall?
c'était un hôpital ça aussi? Visiblement.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Ouais, c'est bon, j'ai compris. Je voulais le truc à côté. Là. Ah.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh. You want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
You're right, Miss Paxton. My clothes and my manners do speak for me. And I may not belong here, but that doesn't make me a bad person.
You tell me, Dr. Reed. You tell me.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Bon, d'accord. Mais moi je veux rendre l'argent. C'est possible ou pas? Enfin, c'est pas l'argent, c'est le... La montre à gousset.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite the stranger to these parts. I haven't seen.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor. You are a doctor, yes?
De toute façon, les zinzins, elle se rendra compte de rien.
It's locked, all right.
So, Dr. Tippett, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reed. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Is anyone taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. I would never say that to him, of course.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh, no. I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippett.
Enid, have you really no idea what happened to your son? No idea at all?
I've not seen Jack for so long. I lose track of time. Has something bad happened to him?
Jack takes good care of you, Miss Gillingham.
He does indeed. My Jack is the best son a mother could ask for.
I found this watch. It was a gift from you to your boy, wasn't it? I think it should return to you now.
Oh, I remember. Yes, I recall the day I offered Jack this watch. Oh, it was such a beautiful day. Thank you, sir.
Trinkets and possessions help us remember our past. Promise me you'll not lose it.
I would never lose anything that belonged to Jack. Why don't you take this? Dr. Tippett? Please, for your charity.
I'm looking for a Sean Hampton. Do you know where I might find him?
Sean Hampton, you say? Oh, the name does seem vaguely familiar, but alas, I cannot recall from where.
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
Voilà. Ça servait à rien de lui dire que son fils était mort parce que ça ne serait pas souvenu dans 5 minutes. Donc, René, je viens d'apprendre ce qui arrivait ce soir. J'ai couru jusqu'à chez toi, mais tu étais déjà parti, alors je t'ai écrit ce message. Est-il vrai que tu l'as tué? Je n'arrive pas à le croire. Pourquoi? Que s'est-il passé? Je dois vraiment te parler. S'il te plaît, essaie de trouver un moyen de me contacter quand tu recevras ce message, puisque je sais que tu peux te montrer très prudent et pour te prouver que ce n'est pas une piège. Nous n'aurons qu'à utiliser un code quand nous nous rencontrerons. Je sifflerai mon nom en morse et tu siffleras le tien. D'accord? De cette façon, tu sauras que c'est vraiment moi pour le moment. C'est une bonne chose que tu te caches. Les White Boot Boys fouillent tout le quartier et disent vouloir punir celui qui a assassiné l'un des leurs. Ah! C'est lui qui s'est fait tuer Je suis sûr qu'on pourra trouver un arrangement pour régler cette affaire une fois que les esprits se seront calmés. Bon, bah alors on va essayer de trouver un refuge. Ah, mais il y a encore tout ça là que j'ai pas vu. Bon bah dis donc. Bah on va retourner par là alors. Ah non, je l'ai pas soigné la madame.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Good evening, Miss Gillingham. May I come in?
Of course, of course. So, Dr.
Do you require medical attention, miss?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippett. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
I'll try my best. Here, take this. And please, try to get some rest.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Si j'ai gagné là. Voilà, donc normalement j'ai soigné à peu près tout le monde. Ouais. Donc retour au refuge, on fait passer la nuit, comme ça ils seront tous guéris.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite strange.
Oui. Là ça clignote, donc ça serait par là. Le danger est plus proche que vous le croyez, ils sont déjà là, ne laissez pas prendre le royaume, vous avez repéré un vampire, demandez de l'aide. L'origine escale. Oh ouais non, elle est beaucoup trop à lire. Ah, voilà. C'est pour moi. Un petit mort. Toujours pas. Pas 56 dégâts, 90. C'est pas encore ça. Ça va. Ah non, 2000. J'ai peut-être pas dû. Bon, c'est pas grave. Je lisais pas le bon nombre. C'est toutes les compétences? Ah, ah, c'est bon à savoir. Alors on recommence. Remarque, oui, c'est vrai parce que le bouclier de sang, je m'en fous un peu. Ça oui. Vampyr se concentre sur le sens à propre pour l'immobiliser. D'accord, ensuite ça fait quoi? Ah, le sang de la victime est désormais expulsé de son corps. Les munitions, je m'en sers pas, donc... Non mais la vie c'était bien ça. Voilà. Alors, faisons les choses intelligemment. Vous échangez le gain de santé pour une régénération plus importante. Ah, j'ai pas assez, d'accord. J'ai pas assez. Là c'est pareil. C'est ça. Qu'est-ce que je peux améliorer du coup? Ça c'est bien. On va prendre celui-là aussi. Les prix des produits ont peut-être changé, d'accord. Ah, il y a plein de monde malade maintenant ici. Ils sont chiants, hein. Mal de tête. Là, ça remonte. Et là, on sait pas. On connaît pas ce quartier. Bon. Très bien. Donc on va s'arrêter ici, il est l'heure, plus que l'heure, parce que je commence à avoir faim, il va falloir qu'on finisse ce petit monde. Ouais. Donc, on mange, et puis rendez-vous à 21 h pour Silver Chains, un petit jeu d'horreur d'environ, je dirais, 2 ou 3 heures, pas plus. Bon, quand même, on est le 31, voilà, Halloween, tout ça. Que j'ai fait ma part. Et puis voilà. Donc bon appétit et puis à tout à l'heure. Allez, ciao.